Good morning. In this, we are going to talk about one more topic, that is enzymes. What is enzymes? So, generally, we say that enzymes are the biocatalyst. We are saying biocatalyst. These act as a catalyst in the living system. In a living system. Then, what is a catalyst in any chemical reaction? We can to speed up the chemical reaction, we use the catalyst. If you see the definition of catalyst, so here the substance that increases the rate of chemical reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. So it is the substance which is used to increase the rate of reaction, to speed up the rate of reaction. So the reactions may be chemical reactions or physical reactions. So to speed up the reactions, we use the several types of catalyst that is outside of the body. Outside, not inside. If the catalyst is present inside the body, that is known as the enzyme. Okay. If it is present inside the body, that is called as enzymes. So we are comparing enzymes are the biocatalyst. Biocatalyst. They work as a catalyst. What is the work done by the catalyst? It is increasing the rate of reaction. So what is if any reaction? So how can we define the rate of reaction? When the when the product is produced more, then we say that the reaction rate is high. So when we use these catalysts, the rate of reaction is increased in the outside of the living systems. Whereas in our body, we know that the several enzymes. So if you take our digestive system, pepsin, trypsin, lipase, all these are the enzymes. So plants in glycolysis, hexokinase, several enzymes are there. So to perform the biological pathways, different types of reactions. So these chemicals, these substances are what they are doing, they are speed up the reaction, they are increasing the rate of reaction. So otherwise, before that, without catalyst, the product is produced less. Whereas when we use the catalyst, the reaction rate is increased to increase the activation. So to increase the rate of reaction, increases rate of reaction. Catalyst increases the rate of reaction. So in this, if you see the enzyme is a substance that act as a catalyst in living system. That is the reason we are calling them as a biocatalyst. So regulating the rate of reaction, they regulate the rate of reaction and without change itself in the process. That has same thing happen with the catalyst also. Itself undergoing any permanent change. Catalyst is not going to change itself, but it increases the rate of reaction. Like that, the enzymes also, they are also increasing the rate of reaction, but they are not undergoing any change, any permanent change. That is called enzyme. Enzyme, here also it is inside the body, inside living system. So if catalyst is present inside the body, that is called as enzyme. They also increase the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction, and enzymes decreases the activation energy. Activation energy. So activation energy. Then what is activation energy? Activation energy is that, so any molecule to participate in a specific reaction, whatever the amount of energy is required to participate in that reaction, that is called activation energy. It is a minimum energy to participate. minimum energy of a molecule to participate in reaction. So for example, there are several molecules are there. So they are going to participate in a reaction. So they have the different levels of activation energy. So these are the numbers. Whatever the numbers are given here, these are the activation energy of these molecules. So to participate in this reaction, they need this much of activation energy. They require this much of activation energy. So only the molecule which have the 4 and above the 4, they can participate in the reaction. 1, 2, 3, 4 and this 5. So 5 products are produced. Only 5 products are. They are going to participate in the reaction. They are going to be changed as a product. But when we use the enzyme, enzyme, what it will do, it reduces the activation energy. So before that, if they have the 4 only, they can participate. So enzyme, what it will do, it will the enzymes, all these molecules will bind to. For example, 3 and these 2 molecules bind to enzyme, and they form a bond with that. So this molecule also can participate in the reaction. When these both are combined together, when they are associated with the enzyme, they can also participate. So when enzyme is used, so the molecule which are having lower activation energy, they are also participating in the reaction. So ultimately the product is increased. Product is increased when we use the enzymes. And ultimately there are several reactions takes place in our body. So for each and every reaction, if you spend the ATPs, so there is a we require more amount of ATPs. If enzymes are decreasing the rate of they are decreasing the activation energy. So when activation energy is decreased, all the molecules, they can easily participate in the reaction. So here the enzymes are, when catalysts are present in the body, living system, they are known as the enzymes. So here the catalysts, they are small in molecular weight. They are compared to small. So here these enzymes they are made up of with amino acids or several polypeptide chains. They are heavy, made up of with polypeptide chains. Poly means many, polypeptide chains. They are made up of with polypeptide chains. So here enzymes are the biocatalyst. So they are all enzymes are made up of with proteins. Okay, all enzymes are made up of with proteins except ribozymes. Okay, enzymes. What is the difference between the enzyme? Catalyst and enzyme, they are doing the same work, but when any catalyst is present inside the body, that is known as the enzyme. So differences, if you see the differences, so it may not affected by the temperature. When temperature is increased in a reaction, ultimately these enzymes are made up of with proteins. These proteins may denatured, means they lost their structure and they are unable to function. So by increasing temperature, they can lost their structure, but this not happens with the catalyst. Okay. Next, coming to what are the enzymes? All enzymes are made up of with proteins. Enzymes are made up of with proteins. made up of with proteins, but except ribozymes, RNA proteins, RNA, they are made up of it, RNA proteins. So all the proteins are not enzymes, but if you take all the enzymes, they are made up of it proteins. So enzymes are, they are very stable. They are stable, and they have the tertiary structure. They are made up of with proteins and they have the tertiary structure. And in their structure they folded. So in tertiary structure they form the several foldings. In tertiary structure they form the several foldings or crevices. They fold several foldings. These foldings are pockets or foldings. Pockets or foldings or crevices are called as active sites. The pockets which are formed, the pockets. So during their tertiary structure of the proteins, all the enzymes are, what we are saying, that all the enzymes are made up of it proteins. So while they form the tertiary structure, they are folded, they several foldings have taken place in their structure. So without foldings they form the pocket like structures. So these foldings, we are saying that the pockets are called active sites. Active sites of enzymes, where the substrate is going to bind. Substrate on which, what is the substrate? The enzyme on which chemical it acts, that is called substrate. If you take the pepsin, it acts on proteins. So substrate is protein. Amylase, it acts on the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, it's substrate. So on which the enzyme is act, that is called substrate. So when enzyme will have the more crevices or more foldings, then more substrates will bind. More substrate will bind, and ultimately the activation energy is also reduced. So more product is produced. Here enzymes are more stable because of their tertiary structure, and in their tertiary structure they are folded, several foldings, they form the foldings. That foldings can hold the substrate molecule. So the folding which is holding the substrate molecule is known as the active site. So active site. One thing we are discussed, that the rate of reaction is increased by using the enzymes. By using enzymes, rate of reaction rate is increased. Otherwise, rate of reaction or reaction rate increases. With the example, so what is one example? So in general, carbon dioxide, in normal case, carbon dioxide is combined without enzyme. Carbon dioxide, when it is combined with the water, it forms the carbonic acid. Carbonic acid or bicarbonate, carbonic acid. So in general, this is formed, per formation of this carbonic acid is 200 molecules per hour. 200 molecules are formed per hour. That is very, very important. And when we use the carbonic anhydrase, carbonic anhydrase, carbonic anhydrase. When we use the carbonic anhydrase enzyme, so the rate of reaction is increased. When we use the enzyme, what is the enzyme we are using in this? Is carbonic anhydrase. The enzymes end with the ending ase. So when we use this carbonic anhydrase, the rate of reaction is going to be increased, and the molecules which are produced, carbonic acids are per second, they are produced 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs per second. So how much? 10 billion rate times increased the product. Product is increased, not only double, triple, it is 10 million rates. Whereas only 200 molecules are produced before, when the enzyme is not there. In the presence of enzyme, the rate of reaction is increased, speed up very fastly. So what is the enzyme here doing? It is speed up the reaction. So in the presence of enzyme, all the molecules which are having the lower activation energy also, they are also participating in the reaction, and ultimately the product is high. The product is high. So 1 lakh per second. And here the carbonic anhydrase enzyme, this is the special enzyme. So it is most abundant enzyme in RBC. Abundant means it found most in the RBC, and it is the fastest turnover rate enzyme. Fastest turnover rate enzyme. It is the fastest turnover rate enzyme. So it is 6 into 10 to the power of 5 turnover rate is per second. The turnover rate of enzyme is this. So this is about carbonic anhydrase. When we use the enzyme, the rate of reaction is increased very fastly. So very fastly. So that is with that example we understood. And next, what are how these enzymes are made up of? They are made up of with proteins. So each and every enzyme, it consists of protein part and non-protein part. So if you take the structure, so if you take the structure, so in the structure they are composed of polypeptide chain. They are composed of polypeptide chains, and in their structure, so enzymes will have the protein part and non-protein part. Non-protein part. If they both together form, that we call as complete. In science we say that it is a hollow. What hollow? Completely what they are forming? Enzyme. Hollow enzyme. So in enzyme we have the protein part and non-protein part. The protein part is called apozyme. Protein part is called apoenzyme, and non-protein part is called cofactor. Non-protein factor is called cofactor, and they are forming holoenzyme. So apoenzyme plus cofactor, they are going to form the holoenzyme. So these cofactors they may be inorganic, they may be organic or inorganic, they may be tightly attached to the enzyme, they may be loosely attached to the enzyme. Based on that nature, how they are attached to the enzyme. So based on that, these cofactors are 3 types. These are 3 types. One is prosthetic group. One is prosthetic group and prosthetic group, and second is cofactor, and third is metal ions. Metal ions. So cofactors are coenzyme, and prosthetic group. Prosthetic group is that, so in the prosthetic group is, it is attached to the protein part. So this, if it is a protein part, and the prosthetic group is this, so both are together known as enzyme. So how it is attached? When prosthetic group is, when cofactor is, it is in origin is in organic substance. When it is organic substance, organic, and if it is tightly attached, so here the prosthetic group is, it is organic. Prosthetic group is made up of organic substance, and it is tightly attached to what? A coenzyme or protein part. It is tightly attached to the protein part. Otherwise, it is firmly attached. It cannot easily separated from the enzyme. So when it is loosely attached, it is going to be separated. But in this case, protein part, whatever the prosthetic group is attached, that is tightly attached. When the cofactor is made up of with organic substance and it is tightly attached, that is called prosthetic group. Example, heme is a prosthetic group. And peroxidases, catalases. These are the examples of prosthetic group. In the prosthetic group, they are loose, they are tightly attached to the proteins. And next, coenzymes. Coenzymes are, they are made up of organic substance, and they are loosely, otherwise transient. They are very loose, they are very superficially attached, and these are the known as, so the cofactor which is in made up of organic, and if it is loosely attached to the protein, if it is loosely attached to the coenzyme, that is known as coenzymes. So these are the very important, coenzymes are very important chemical components. They are having many coenzymes are the vitamins. Many coenzymes are vitamins. They are the vitamins. Many coenzymes are vitamins. For example, so NAD and NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, okay, and both are contain the niacin. Both are the cofactors, coenzymes in niacin. So these cofactors are, these coenzymes are the cofactors. These coenzyme cofactors are, they are loosely attached to the proteins, and they can easily separated. And their example is NADP, NAD and NAD plus and NADP are the coenzymes in niacin vitamin. So several vitamins are coenzymes only. And next is metal ions. So these metal ions are most of the enzymes, they require metal ions for their activity. Most of the enzymes require for their activity, they require the metal ions. So these are the what they do. So metal ions, for example, magnesium plus 2 and K plus. So these are so many metal ions. They are the part of, they are metal ions are attached, act as a metal ions are cofactors. So they are present in the most of the enzymes. What they do, they form the new ion bond. They coordinate the bonds of new ion bonds with the activation sites at the activation site, and they form the more coordination bonds at the site with the substrate molecule. Here they are forming the more coordination bonds. With that, it is going to be attached tightly. Zinc act as a cofactor. Example is zinc act as a cofactor in carboxypeptidases. So once again, so these form the coordination bonds with the side chains of the active site of the enzyme. They are forming the coordination bonds with at the site of active site and they are also simultaneously with the one or more coordination bonds with the substrate. So activation site, they are forming the ion bonds. They are forming the ion bonds with the active site and simultaneously bonds with substrate. So that is done by metal ions. So many enzymes they have the metal ions are as a cofactors in there. So in this, what we are discussing that, so how the proteins are made up, how the enzymes are made up of it. So if you take any enzyme, it consists the two parts. One is protein part, another one is non-protein part. So the protein part is called apoenzyme, whereas non-protein part is called cofactor. So the cofactor may be loosely attached to the substrate, loosely attached to the apoenzyme or protein part. It may tightly attached, and it may be inorganic source. That is, it may be ions, metal ions. So based on that, the cofactors are three types. Prosthetic group. What is prosthetic group? It is organic, origin is organic in nature, and it is tightly attached to the protein part. And example is heme and peroxidases, catalysis. Coenzyme is organic in nature, and it is loosely attached to the proteins. And metal ions are, so they form the ion bonds with at the site of active site, and they form the bonds at the substrate. And example is zinc act as a metal ion in carboxypeptidases. Thank you.